Namaste people, good evening. I'm Daksh. I'm the founder of Blub World magazine, and I welcome all of you to the Blub World Web Talks 66th episode. In the last 65 episodes, more than 800 school leaders have participated on this platform, shared their opinions, ideas, innovations on the field of education from more than 70 geographies from around the world. And we have seen, documented, listened, and then publicized their views to more than 5,500 schools or K-12 institutions across the world, and we are still doing the same through our social media, through the magazine, and everything that you can see and access through the social media of Blub World. So before this talk starts, the reason why we initiated this platform was basically to document the best practices, the innovations, or whatever new was going on within schools during the lockdown. This activity started with this simple motive, and we captured in the first 30 talks, we captured around 100 ideas from 300 principles that we shared through different schools, and a lot of schools experimented them within their institutions to find out what all was good, scalable, and feasible in the coming times. So, every section of the society is supposed to contribute to society with its own capabilities, its understandings, its perceptions. And at this point, when the society is changing, and people are actually not able to get a grip of what's actually going on around them, this is the time that a new responsibility has fallen upon the shoulders of educationists. You are all supposed to teach till now, and right now there's a new responsibility to create the knowledge that the world would need in the future coming times. Because what we are experiencing and seeing right now, we don't want this to get repeated. And we haven't seen such a situation even before. So we need innovations that are new. We need observations that could become the basis for innovation. So this very platform is just for that purpose, to know what do you think, what do you perceive, and what do you observe within your ecosystems, which is going on right now due to this lockdown and even post this lockdown. Because one thing that has become a new player in the ecosystem and which is there to stay is technology. And we are asking a very simple question to all of you, that is tech really teaching? So is it able to teach? It's a tool, or you are a tool to it. What do you think it is, and how is it actually, becoming a part of your daily life? And how do you think it will be a part of your daily life? Because what is happening, I think we know it a lot, but we right now need to know what ought to happen. So let's find the ought in is tech really teaching? So I'll explain the format to you before we start the talk. You can all see Divya Purohit on your screen. So Divya is the timekeeper. So everybody here gets to speak for 2 minutes straight. Once your 2 minutes are over, Divya will put his one hand up. And that is the time that you should start concluding. And then you have 30 more seconds. And once your 2 minutes and 30 seconds are over, he'll put his second hand up. And that is the time that you might get muted. If you get muted, please don't get offended. It is just to finish this activity on time so that everybody and nobody misses your schedule. So I hope you enjoy the next 20-30 minutes with Blub World Web Talks. With every such talk, we try to invite one special speaker. And he's somebody who's not from within the K-12 segment. He's somebody who gives a bird's eye view to the whole topic and to the whole forum. So today we have with us, today we have a special guest with us, Ms. Meenakshi Kaul, who's the director of Zroti EduTech. I hope Meenakshi ji is on the call. So I would request Meenakshi ji to initiate the call with some initiating words, and then we'll move on to listening to the real heroes on this call, the school leaders. I hope Meenakshi ji is there on the call.
Okay, good evening to all of you. I'm extremely sorry. This call was supposed to be taken from a proper conference room, but my meeting got extended. So that's how I ended up traveling. I think I will not take much time, because I would like all of you principals to speak who are at the helm of the affairs right now. I think technology has encroached into our education system thanks to COVID-19, and it has encroached in a very unstructured manner, I should say so. In fact, we had a meeting today where we were discussing the impacts of technology which has made indoors into our education system, and how should we kind of structure it now. That was the crux of our meeting today. Nevertheless, I know there are I should not say issues, I should say opportunities which are open there, and we have to kind of grab it. What we have to do is we have to strategize and plan it properly. What devices are we using for teaching learning in the online forums? What kind of content we are putting over there? Because it is a little bit different from what we do in the classrooms. We are not face to face with the students, so that aspect has to be kept into mind. We also have to keep the aspect in the mind that we are a generation older than the current students. So students are much familiar with the technologies, and being much familiar with the technologies, but they're themselves not knowing how to make best use of it as far as learning teaching is concerned. See, there was a survey which was conducted by McKinsey post COVID-19 among some 3 lakh students, where teachers and principals participated in some 51 countries. So there's a huge data available, and a kind of it has given us the insight what is going wrong in education sector, and how we are using technologies in a very random manner. So we have to give ourselves time, and we have to kind of see where to use and what kind of technology to be used. Kind of I've seen classes in the elementary grades, like first standard to fifth standard, where classes are going for 30 minutes and so, and teachers are putting in lots of efforts. Students are not showing that much of interest, but I'm not showing it as a general observation. I'm just showing it the way the data has been kind of in the analysis of the data that has come out of that study. So we know what are the tweaking points which we have to do. It is an evolving process. We have kind of huge opportunity which is in front of us, but it has to be kind of combined with the synchronous and asynchronous kind of collaboration between teachers, principals, parents, and students. Then only it will evolve. Otherwise, right now, I don't know how many of you will agree with me. It is I don't know. I think the impact will be like if in the classroom teaching impact was, let us say, 80%, I think the impact will be 40% with the way we are going about it. But this is the future, and we have to see how do we kind of make this opportunity become stepping stone for us. That's what I'm saying. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi ji. Thank you so much for the overview of the whole situation to us. Tech actually encroached into education, that can very easily be said, because इतना आसानी से tech implement नहीं होता. हम लोग बहुत resistant थे, and over a course of time, tech actually came in, didn't knock the door, and it's right now inside our houses. So new opportunities are waiting, that's for sure. But नए challenges, नए threats भी साथ में खड़े हो गए, since technology has now been implemented. And yes, older generation जो पढ़ा रही है, वो एक tech deficit face कर रही है. And I can share one nice example from one of the schools, which is a leading school in India, from Bombay. They had to actually stop online classes due to digital pranks that students were doing, nothing else. Just due to those digital pranks, they stopped online classes because they were not able to handle those. And then they had one technical guy actually host each and every call, and the teacher was just supposed to deliver the content. So new challenges, new solutions coming in. And one very important factor which we'll be discussing through this call is, we are right now using tech very randomly. We are using it as the way we want it. And I think there should be a conscious effort to take a step back and actually take a glance at what are we using and why are we using it. Because because most of the tech that we are using, we're not paying for it. And when you're not paying for the product, you are the product. So think on these lines. You're using a technology that actually does not just get into your life gets into the tech. And you're not able to actually step back. And collaboration in the whole ecosystem. So thank you so much, Meenakshi ji, for giving a perspective to the whole discussion. I request the next principal now is Miss Kavita Bhalotia, Principal, Bangar Public School, Ras Township, Byawar, Rajasthan. Ma'am, over to you. You can unmute your audio.
Hello and good evening to all the intellectuals and viewers of this webinar organized by Blub World Web Talks. This is Kavita, Principal of Bangar Public School, Ras, Rajasthan. First of all, I would like to thank you, the wonderful team of Blub World team, for giving me the opportunity to share my ideas with you all. As we all know that we are living in 21st century and the world of technology already existed before COVID-19. But the current scenario has taught all of us how useful and important technology is. It has occupied a huge space in our lives today. And due to technology only, today we are all together in this webinar, which is a great source of sharing knowledge and ideas. So I would say definitely yes, tech is really teaching all of us. If we talk about the teachers, we can see that not only teachers who have a technology background, but other teachers who had no interest in technology have also come forward and adopted this wonderful tool, and they have learned so much about technology today. They're coming up with lots of ideas and innovations every day, and I'm sure that if the situation continues, there will be more innovative practices in coming days. So now the technology itself has taken the place of classrooms, and when the situation has changed completely, it demands a different and unique planning. So definitely for effective delivery of knowledge, we have to find out the new methodologies and planning. I completely agree with Meenakshi madam. Whatever she has conveyed to all of us is true. So the first and most important thing is planning of timetable and to select the topics which could be more easy and effective to deliver through technology. So we can review the curriculum and select the topics for online teaching. Integrated learning can be very useful using online platform. So we in our school are very soon going to start integrated teaching and learning in our school. If we, like for example, if we select the topic yoga, through integrated learning, sports teacher can teach the various asanas, while art teacher can teach how to draw those asanas, language teacher can conduct some oral and written activities, and science teacher can explain the health benefits about the same. So at the same time, they all are on the same platform using technology and teaching students about everything they should know in detail. Generally during school, all the teachers do not get free at the same time. Then kitchen could be the science laboratory where children can participate along with the parents. I appreciate my science teachers who have really designed their lessons in such a way that children explore.
Thank you so much, Kavita ma'am. Your time was actually over, but we'll try to come back to you if it's possible to encapsulate or summarize what you said. That tech actually existed before COVID-19, yes, but it's right now being used, that's for sure. Teachers ने बहुत जल्दी adapt कर लिया. That's again something that we have known because they have actually not considered their age even. उन्होंने कोई barrier, किसी चीज को barrier समझा ही नहीं, किसी blockade को उन्होंने block नहीं समझा. They've actually transgressed over everything and adopted technology like anything. Timetable planning is something very critical now because online जब आप पढ़ा रहे हैं तो at that point बच्चे को active और engaged रखना एक बहुत बड़ा challenge है. Just some days back we had a behavioral scientist with us, Colonel Sudeep Mukherjee. He shared a very nice research outcome that had come from some research that went on with some psychology people, that the attention span of a student or a typical human being on an online platform at the moment is 8 seconds. So you typically lose the kid on the 9th second if you're not able to give him such sticky content that he stays with you. After every 8 seconds you have lost him and he's not listening to you, he's actually daydreaming at that point of time. So this is the time that content planning, curriculum planning, and actually designing a timetable which keeps them engaged is the new challenge. Thank you so much, Kavita ma'am. I would request the next guest for today, Ms. Kalpana Chakrabarti, ex-principal, Career Point World School, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. Kalpana ma'am, over to you. You can unmute your audio.
Hello to all, and a big thank you for giving me a chance to speak on this forum. As you can see, COVID has really changed our life. And we are now in a position where we have to do the teaching, but it is really very difficult for us to do it. So who is there to help us? Definitely the technology. The technology is not only helping us during this COVID period, it is also giving us an opportunity to cater to the needs of the student in a much better way. Earlier, it used to be a one-to-many program where a teacher used to speak and all the students used to listen, and whatever knowledge the teacher had, the teacher would impart to the students. But now, with the help of technology, a student gets inputs from many teachers at a time. So the varied amount of knowledge that the student gets is really very high, and it is more absorbing for the student. The student also gets lot of information, lot of tools for learning by the help of technology. It therefore increase the knowledge retention of the students, because the student gets lot of inputs, and even if the student is able to retain some 40 to 50% of the input that he or she has got, the student is having more than what a single teacher can give. It also encourages the student to learn because of the interesting inputs that many people give to the student. It also encourages the collaboration of the student. They are collaborative, they are talking to each other, they are discussing things with each other. Therefore, it helps in cementing their knowledge to a great extent. They learn useful skills. I would like to give an example that when we are using the technology of the smartboard, there are many experiments in chemistry that are hazardous. Now the student can see the experiment being done in their smartboards. So they get a pretty good idea, a fair idea of how this is going to happen. And since they can visualize the experiment, they can easily grasp it. No need of them doing the experiment. They can see it and they can get it. So
Thank you so much, Kalpana ma'am. To summarize what all you said, that tech is actually helping educators and the whole ecosystem at the same time. And from one teacher to many students to many teachers for one student. Student collaboration right now getting more active and keeping students away from hazards of a chemistry experiment. I think अब नए तरीके के hazards हैं क्योंकि बच्चे parents के साथ हैं, तो अब hazardous बच्चे हो गए parents के लिए. But yes, one thing where the school has been super successful throughout the lockdown has that schools have kept the student anxiety at bay. क्योंकि अगर स्कूल्स नहीं होते तो पेरेंट्स इतने समय तक इतने लंबे लॉकडाउन में बच्चों के साथ सस्टेन ही करना मुश्किल हो जाता, क्योंकि इतने घंटे इतना एंगेजमेंट देना, स्कूल केवल एजुकेशन ही नहीं दे रहा होता, उसके साथ में बहुत बड़ा एंगेजमेंट फैक्टर भी दे रहा होता है. तो वो एंगेजमेंट स्कूल्स ने पूरे लॉकडाउन के अंदर भी जारी रखा, which is amazing to know. And now, before I invite the next speaker, I'd just like to put it out that this is a bilingual platform, so you can use either English or Hindi, whichever is comfortable to you. इसके अलावा कोई भाषा यूज करेंगे तो I won't be able to get it, but you can use it, not a problem. So not a problem, you can use any of the languages because भाषा and ज्ञान ये दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं. ज्ञान को कन्वे करने के लिए भाषा है, भाषा के भरोसे पे ज्ञान नहीं है. So you can use whichever languages that you feel comfortable with. I would request the next speaker for today, Dr. Arun Ji, Principal, Delhi Public School, Bhatinda, Punjab. Arun Ji, over to you. You can unmute your audio.
Thank you so much, Daksh. I was listening to the speakers, the first speaker, Ma'am Meenakshi, and then the other two fellow principals, and you also. So a good topic, the topic as it is there today is tech really teaching? So when I heard this topic, I felt the simple answer to that is no. The tech is not teaching really, or otherwise. It is not teaching at all. It was not teaching. It will not be teaching. Because it is not the tech which is teaching. It is the teacher who is teaching. So if I am allowed, I would have liked to change the statement, or in fact the question, which is the topic. Is the tech helping in teaching? Probably. If that were the question, then probably that is what your question should have been, and that is what you want to know the answer of. So yes, tech is really helping in teaching in a major way, in a big way, and that also in this crisis of the pandemic. I can't imagine what we would have been doing without tech. You said that we can't imagine what would have happened had there been no schools or no teachers or no principals or something like that, no teachers at least. I think we should say we can't imagine what would there have been without the tech, without the technology. And already, you know, many of these tools, I'll name one popular tool. In fact, we should name it. Zoom is one, and we are using it right now. Zoom was probably meant for meeting. And there are other tools also, like Google Meet was just for meeting, or maybe Microsoft One was for meeting, and others. But certainly when this flood came of the demands from schools and from the field of education, tech had to come, and it came, you know, helter-skelter, I would say. It was not prepared. It was itself not prepared. And now you have things like GeoMeet and others coming to fill the gap, and a lot of gap is there, true. So this is, of course, a virtual, and these are only the names of virtual classrooms, but there are other tools, a number of tools. In fact, I know even WhatsApp I have been using for teaching. In fact, I have been using WhatsApp for teaching for 2-3 years. In fact, I was myself learning on WhatsApp, attending workshops on WhatsApp conducted by a very famous professor since 2016, and I gave a presentation of paper also as to how to teach through WhatsApp, how to use WhatsApp for teaching. Anyway, I think, so coming back.
Arunji, I think the time was over, but we'll try to again come back to you saying something very critical and very important. To summarize what all you said, that yes, tech was not teaching, teachers were teaching, and tech was enabling. And what we could observe after so many talks and so many opinions, one thing that's for sure, that tech was not ready to become edtech, but it became that. And most of the platforms which were supposed to be communication platforms became virtual classrooms. And one new factor has actually come into play, that most of the edtech products or platforms that we are using right now, they are not solving education issues. They are solving communication issues. So the education issues still remain there to be solved. And that's where the school, the teacher, the educator actually comes in. And WhatsApp for teaching. WhatsApp has been the strongest tool that has worked during this lockdown. No edtech platform did. And a WhatsApp, a simple communication platform, became one of the most used and the strongest platform for deciphering education during this time. But yes, Arunji, you brought a new perspective and a very different one to the whole talk, that yes, tech is a tool, but there's one counter approach to it. Don't you think that we are right now becoming a tool for tech? That's again something to discuss on some other call, but yes, thank you so much for adding that perspective. I would request the next guest for today, Ms. Kriti Sharma, Principal, Jesus Sacred Heart School, Ludhiana, Punjab. Ma'am, over to you. You can unmute your audio.
Good evening, everyone. Without wasting time, I'll just come directly to the topic, right? And yes, as Arunji said, the question should have been, is tech really helping in teaching? And I want to add another question. Tech is really teaching. Tech is really helping in teaching. But we need to ask, is tech really resulting in learning or not? Right. I am really proud of all the teachers of India. Reason being, our teachers teach sitting on the beaches. Our teachers teach sitting in the lanes where there is no facility. So now technology is such a big facilities with us. Do you think teacher is not teaching? Teacher is teaching. The only difference is whether it is resulting in learning or not. Now, India is the biggest repository of all the digital resources, which we never use. And now we are using it. So yes, tech is teaching, but why technology teaching is not resulting in learning? This is the question which we all need to think about. So according to me, why is it not resulting in learning? Because we never taught our children to take the responsibility of their own learning. Digital platforms are our future platforms. Meetings and online courses and digital marketing is our future world. We have exposed our children to this future world, right? So therefore, this technology is helping us to prepare our children for the future world. But why it is not resulting in learning? Because we have never taught our children to take the responsibility of their own learning. Parents push them to the coaching centers, parents send them to the tuition centers, or the way, Indian parents are popular to be known as spoon-feeding parents, same way Indian teachers are also popular to be known as spoon-feeding teachers. So therefore, we need to alter our teaching technologies rather than altering our technology. I am really thankful that this time has been such a blessing in disguise to us, that we have been exposed to such a bigger platform that we could foresee that what our children are needing in the future. And we are preparing our teachers to meet those needs, which we would have never done it, right? So those teachers who were not using the digital resources, most of our publishers bring the books in digital form. Most of our things are there in digital form, but we were not using it. Now we have started using it. The only challenge is we need to teach our children how to take responsibility of their own learning, so that this learning continues, and it should not stop because of any pandemic. It should not stop because of any age thing, right? So thank you so much. Thank you, Divya. Before your second hand is up, I am off. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kriti ma'am, for actually putting it exactly in time. To again summarize what all you said, that tech really helped, but yes, question ye hai ki is tech actually enabling learning? And to enable learning, एक बहुत important factor है that an active learner has to come in. And वो हमने learner के अंदर actually कभी activate किया ही नहीं कि वो active हो जाए. So he's always a passive learner जिसके ऊपर teacher content force upon कर रहा होता है, and fear circuit काम में ले जाता है बार-बार enforcement के लिए. So अब technology पे reward circuit काम में लेना पड़ रहा है, and वो teachers को आता नहीं है. So there is a new kind of wave that's coming in, and actually creating active learners will be the need of the hour, because if online teaching goes on and passive learners don't learn, then teaching would not solve the purpose. So is samay pe the focus of every curriculum, every teaching learning practice or every school should be how to activate your student into becoming a responsible learner. Because जो स्मार्ट होगा या स्मार्ट भी नहीं, एटलीस्ट जो एक्टिव होगा वो ही ये सीख पाएगा, वरना सीखना रुक जाएगा, पढ़ाना तो शायद चलता रहेगा. So thank you so much, Kriti ma'am, for sharing that insight with us. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Abhishek Bagchi, Principal, RMPS International School, Ankleshwar, Gujarat. Abhishek ji, over to you. You can unmute your audio.
Yes, good evening. Can you hear me, Mr. Daksh?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Daksh, for inviting me in this elite panel. And though it's a criminal offense to ask a principal speak for only 3 minutes, but still I'll try my best. I really agree with what Kirti ma'am said just now. The technology must be used for teaching, and it's moreover like the capacity of the teacher and the active learning that we should have been started much before when this COVID actually appeared. So these things matter most. Like technology is just a tool, right? So just like pen and paper, right? The pen and paper, before pen and paper, people used to carve in the stones, right? And that was the technology that people used. And when pen and paper came, there was a huge like hue and cry, like what is happening, like it can check the history. Like there was a movement against pen, right? Because there is like, spoiling the art of carving in the stone, right? So the same thing happened. We have noticed it before the COVID came. We have noticed that there was kind of movement. Many educators spoke against the technology, which is actually they thought that they are spoiling the child and that they are not actually helping in learning, but that's not true. Fortunately or unfortunately, the COVID-19 has showed us that there is a tool available, and we need to like buckle up. We need to start learning those tools as fast as possible. And it's about discipline, right? Because it's more about a proper strategy, proper planning. Like we should be, first of all, there should be a diagnosis running, understanding what is the present status of your teacher or the teachers present inside your school. Then a diagnosis of the students and the parents, like what kind of technology available to them. So these kind of diagnoses need to be done. It should have been done in the beginning, and if it is not yet done, then any school must be doing that they should understand the present status of the teachers, and there must be an evaluation process. Based on that, the whole designing should be made, like the designing of the online teaching learning platform that the whole school need to create. After that, definitely the school need to create some ground rules. That what Mr. Purohit is raising his hand, like this kind of ground rule should be created inside the classroom. These are very necessary stuff which actually enable us to use the technology properly. There are thousands of platforms. Coming from a NetTech background myself, I'm excited to use those stuff, but I should not be unless my teachers are ready for it. That should be the case always. So these are the very few basic things that we should be keeping in mind while yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Purohit. I think I should be stopping because otherwise like unmute button is there. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhishek sir. To again summarize what all you said, that yes, pen faced the resistance and so did technology from educators. And हमने सब बच्चों को हमेशा ये स्कूलों के अंदर continuously कहा है that don't bring the phone to school. And now the school is actually inside that very phone. कि हम जिसको oppose कर रहे थे अब उसी की वजह से हम जिंदा हैं. One of the principals had put it very nicely, and he stated, I'm just stating his statement, that technology education का वो बच्चा है जो अब बड़ा हो गया है और उसने पूरे घर की जिम्मेदारी ले ली है. So now you cannot actually shy away from it. It's gonna be there. It's the new reality. And what you said, the diagnosis or analysis or audit of what the school ecosystem is right now is very important, because only then we'll be able to, set the bottom lines on what we actually need to achieve. And teacher readiness again is something critical. And एक अभी major जो factor online education में बार बार आ रहा है, that when you are on a screen and a student is seeing you on a screen in this yellow box, this is when he actually compares you with a celebrity, because that's what he has seen on a screen, and you're not that, and your presentation skill is not that. So I think a teacher will now have to learn a lot of media skills to be a relevant educator in the coming times.